Welcome back. I'm back, and yes, I'm streaming on a Wednesday night because the proper Polymega firmware finally dropped, and we have access to use the Nintendo 64 module. And I've spent the last couple of hours testing and installing games, and I'm like, you know what? It might be a little bit later than my usual time, but I think I've still got some in me to do a little bit of stream tonight. We've got Vorticron in chat. He is also known as EC, the Chief Tech Officer over at Polymega. Be kind, please. He realizes he's probably going to take some kicking tonight, but you know, let's kick gently. He's been helping me out, answered some questions about some of the stuff, and EC, I hope you're paying attention because I might have to start you off with something here. Let's go over to the main scene. I can't leave the screensaver. There's the controller isn't pulling me out of it. I've got two different controllers plugged in. It's not waking up the Polymega out of the screensaver, so I'm going to have to go reboot it here. Well, it was the plugged-in Nintendo 64 controller, so it shouldn't have gone to sleep. But, yeah. There you go. And see, that's why I was telling you I love having devs in chat. A couple years ago, I got the opportunity to play Toe Jam and Earl Back in the Groove with a couple of friends and one of the lead devs. And it was a pre-release, it was a release candidate version of the game. And by the end of the night, he's like, well, I've got like 3 pages of notes here. Because you don't get better feedback than watching it in the wild. So, give me a moment. I'm going to go ahead and reboot the system here. Oh, yep. We'll do a whoop. Yep, absolutely. The software at Polymega is the way to go. That's how I got his attention tonight. With a weird display issue. Yeah, absolutely. I have been streaming on the Polymega at least once a week for the past several months. And I've just absolutely been enjoying it. And so that'll also bring me to one of the things that we were chatting about earlier, is that with this firmware update, save states disappeared. They are not gone. They are not deleted. They just kind of got... They're not being recognized by the system. So that's a hot fix that Vorticron has assured me is coming, so I won't lose all of my progress on Shining Force CD. Yep, and they're looking into that enigma. But I'll let Vorticron handle some of these too. So some of the other things that I ran into while I was trying to install stuff is that the some of my cartridges did not get recognized. And I'm hoping that it's just a matter of... there we go. I'm hoping it's just a matter of the cartridges needing to be cleaned, but it's entirely possible that there may be some degradation of the ROM information. So if you try to plug in a cartridge and it isn't recognized, or it just says game media, that could be the case. That your cartridge is not passing a CRC check. So yeah, and I'm glad to hear that CS is active. Let's see here. So it's not really responding to a ping from the Nintendo 64 controller right off the bat, but now we've got it. Okay. So, whoops. Okay, this D-pad is a little annoying. I'm sorry to say, but we'll deal with it. So I was able to get 32 games installed, and I got all of these into gameplay. So we're good here. Some of it is, well, looks like Mario Kart. Oh, that's right. Okay, so the cartridges that don't, that come up as game media, if you try to force the issue and recognize it by associating with the database, it's just going to crash the system and reboot it. So, yeah, Jesha probably wants to see Kirby here. Oh, no, new Tetris. All right. We'll definitely get to that. One other thing that that I was running into also is when I tried to run this with a patch, it was acting the same way that it did with the problem games that I have. So that's also been reported. Yeah, new Tetris, I am so glad that that works. In fact, I'm going to start off with that, because new Tetris was the one that I was looking forward to the most on this. I have never been able to adequately play this on an emulator. It always had really nasty visual effects. It never ran at a good speed. But this is nailing it. And I am in beta mode right now, so... Yeah, that music. It seems to be slowing down a little bit. Gotcha. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I'm gonna skip this. Also, the menus never worked. Like, they were terrible in emulators. So this is doing fine. So I actually have this soundtrack as... Oh, okay. The D-pad on the Nintendo 64 controller is kind of awful. It's doing directions that I'm not trying to push. And unfortunately, up is slam the piece down. It's not a calibration thing, it's the D-pad. But yeah, this is, I mean, the gameplay is the big part. I haven't tried looking at the wonders at all, but I haven't really unlocked any. So satisfying. It looks great on my TV. It honestly looks better on my TV than when I was testing some stuff on the actual Nintendo 64 earlier. Thank you for the follow, No Impulse. Very much appreciate it. Trying to be a little bit careful about, like, using more of a downward touch on the D-pad here. Yeah, when I was testing earlier, I was using DualShock 4. But there are just some games that you're going to want to have the Nintendo 64 controller with. I'm going to go ahead and exit, because this is just marathon mode. Okay. Can't even look at the wonders yet, because I haven't built any of them. But yeah, so it's working great. Love that music. I use this music as a part of my intro when I'm getting my stream ready. So... So, GoldenEye is unfortunately one of those games that I have that was not installing properly. So, I can't test that tonight. I do have Perfect Dark. I'd have to tweak the controls a little bit. So, speaking of the memory expansion, I want to take a look at that really quick. So if you go into the system settings, game console settings, so this is where you enable beta compatibility. So if you install a game and it's, it doesn't let you install it, it'll direct you here and say, so you can activate beta compatibility. It will not be... It may have some issues when you play, but it'd at least play, and you just have to be aware that there may be some issues. Controller pack management. So here I've imported the memory pack that I have. And you can view the contents, and these are all of the this was actually a used memory pack, so it had a bunch of stuff already on there because I don't have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I don't have a wireless Tribute 64 controller to test, unfortunately. I don't have a Switch Online controller to test either. So maybe Vorticron can speak to that. Last up, we've got the transfer pack management. So this is where you would come to install Game Boy games using the transfer pack. You can install them right now, but there's no way to actually play them yet. The Game Boy emulator will be coming in a future update. And I already gave EC ribbing about not taking another year before he drops the next update. I will say, though, that this took about as long to install as a decent-sized PlayStation game. It took a while just for that 524K. He was not kidding about it being slow install. Thank you for the follow, Major Motoko. Very much appreciate it. So, yeah. That is the only game I've installed so far. I tried 2 others, and they didn't fully install, but I wonder if those were running into CRC errors as well. So, I'll have to try some more as I go along. I don't know Enigma, but like it took about as long per kilobyte as a PlayStation disc does per megabyte. We'll put it that way. Might be a little bit of a difference, but that was about how long it felt like it took to install. I think so. I'd have to check my stack, but I'm pretty sure I got that one. It could be. Although there was the wide boy that did it through the cartridge, and that would be faster. But yeah, so there we go. Those are the settings for the module. I don't remember these game console settings being here for the other systems. But I may just never have actually come down into this setting before. So yeah, let's go back into Nintendo 64 section here. I'm going to remove this just so I don't accidentally try running it again. There we go. The game console settings page is new. Okay, yeah, I thought so. Okay, so the next one I wanted to try is Ridge Racer 64. Okay, so like I said earlier, I wasn't able to install my copy of Mario Kart. But, and that's unfortunate because I really wanted to test the whole Z-buffer issue that other N64 emulators have had. But there's a similar big screen over the racetrack in Ridge Racer 64. So we'll take a look at that. Yeah, the Stadium games were the only ones that actually supported the transfer pack, as far as I'm aware. Someone was talking about that in the Discord and said that it ran perfectly fine. Resident Evil 2.
3, 2, 1, go!
So keep an eye above the track here. It's coming up right at the beginning. See right up there? I should have... can I reverse? No. Okay. So, yeah. Wonder if I can... No, I probably can't turn around. I'm terrible at Ridge Racer, but I at least wanted to see that Z-buffering thing in action. Yeah, well, screw this. Yep. And it looks great. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, that's right. Kirby, you got it. So, this is actually the Japanese version of Kirby 64, which is great because this was only like $10. The North American version costs a lot more than $10. But I also wanted to have a couple of Japanese cartridges on hand just to test that function of it. So I'll interrupt this briefly here. If there's a game that does not support it, you can go down into the console settings here and disable the expansion pack from here. It's enabled by default. Light thrower. We have been having, or I at least have been having an issue with getting ROM hacks to work. I think it's running into kind of the same issue that my potentially degraded cartridges are having, where it's just not recognizing the CRC checksum. There's your something round. Oh, it was right at the end. Hold on. Is the screen tearing? The screen tearing is not on my screen. I'm not seeing a screen tearing issue. It is pretty cool. I was glad to find a copy because I did really want to poke at it for this. I've been building my Nintendo 64 library for quite a while in anticipation of this day. Okay, well, that was easy enough. Yeah, I haven't noticed any screen tearing on my end. But I have kind of a not the best internet connection. So eat. I was gonna say. Ow. Get those stars. So how am I supposed to suck second one? Oh, wait, that's right. You combine by throwing, and then you eat the combined star. That's right. Hey, there's no way you can get around not saying the word suck when you're talking about Kirby. No, Waddle Dee! Yeah, this looks fantastic. I do detect, like, occasional hitches, but it's kind of like on a PC where you'd have a... Oi! Like on a PC where you'd have a shader compilation stutter. So... Whoops. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's just like that. Yeah. I got it a couple of days ago, but the firmware to support it only released today. Ah. There we go. Okay, now I got it. Ow. Yeah, I know. I would love it if I could find a good list of games, Japanese games that don't really require any language knowledge to play. Like this one. Just requires better skill than what I'm doing right now. Oh, hey, let's play with the virtual display a bit. All right, so what do we got here? Wait, hold on. Let's go to a let's let this go a little bit more so we've got more on the screen. There we go. Okay. So we've got curvature, an RGB display. RGB plus blur, composite display, Game Boy LCD, Virtual Boy LCD. Oh, then it's switching resolutions. We'll go back to 1080p here. And the pristine view. I am not a big fan of adding scan lines and all of that stuff for the most part. I don't mind it on the Analog Pocket with Game Boy games. So when you finally launch Cerberus here, I probably will poke at that as an overlay. But otherwise, nah. All right, let's see if I can at least beat this boss here. There we go. Whoops. Ah. I'll get the hang of the button combination to do this quickly eventually. All right. There we go. Almost got you now. Yay! Oh yeah, so that's something that's hidden in the Polymega settings also, is you can actually output at 240p. So if you use an HDMI to AV converter. Oops, I got that wrong. Oh well. If you use an HDMI downscaler to AV, it will output correctly to a CRT. Because Vorticron's an insane person like that. All right, so one of the other ones that I was really looking forward to trying on this was Beetle Adventure Racing. Because this is one of the few games that runs at a smooth 60 frames per second on... Yeah, there's a controller pack present. Okay, so I have a controller pack plugged into the controller here. Do I have to actually go into the console and turn it on? Okay, so it's not... Everything is virtual. Okay, so it will not automatically... It won't use this. You have to import it first and then use that. Okay. Yeah, I'll fire up Excite Bike 64 after this one. But okay, good to know. So we got the controller pack in there. Fair enough. Okay, that's very good to know. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, they're just subtly dropped that Tate mode is going to be supported so that, with upcoming arcade games on the PlayStation or on the Polymega store. Tate is the vertical mode. I always thought of it as Tate myself, as in portrait, but apparently it's supposed to be Tate.
Welcome. One player. Single race.
I'll just do a time attack here.
Good choice. Nice wheels.
Okay, so if rumble packs are to be used, now does the controller have built-in rumble? So I can just turn it on? It does not. Okay, so that I would have to have a rumble pack installed. Okay, cool. I don't think I've got one on hand. The last one I had ended up being a fake one that did not work very properly with even the real N64. I did notice that some of the games that I was testing when I was using the DualShock, it was rumbling the DualShock. Yeah, yep, I did see that. So that's kind of cool. But I won't turn on the rumble pack right now.
Welcome to Coventry Cove. Get ready. One, go.
There we go. All nice and smooth. Yes, I use an 8-bit DOE adapter. I believe it was originally made for the Switch, but it works perfectly fine. Let's see if I can at least finish one lap decently here. This was one of those games that I never actually played. I just kind of picked up because I saw it on a YouTube video. And it looked like fun. And it is fun. Same with Battlezone. When I tested that earlier, I'm like, oh, I need to come back to this later. Oh, it's Nitro. Okay. Wait, come on. Let's go through the barn. Yeah! So, is there like stuff in the background just custom tuned for each game then? It's not a, or is it just like the emulation settings are tuned for each game? Also, one question that kept popping up, is this based on an existing emulator, or did you write this one from scratch? Like, is it based on Mupen or something like that? Alright, there we go. Let's go this way. Whee! Oh, that's a shortcut. As long as you don't run into something. Well, I do want to run into the nitro boxes, though. Oh, it's going out in a press release? Okay, cool. Okay. I don't need to play another lap for now. Okay, so I have noticed occasional stutters that tend to resolve themselves after a little bit. Like I said, it just seems more like shader compilation stutters on a PC, where after you get to a certain point, it smooths out. So okay, yeah, yep. So that's kind of what's going on, is it's optimizing it in the background the first time you run it. Yep, cool. Had that guess correct. All right, Infamous, let's check out Excitebike 64. I think one of the things I'm really going to enjoy about this is not using a Nintendo 64 controller for some of these games. You know, being able to use the DualShock 4 instead for, you know, for various things. I'm going to enjoy that. Because I prefer that controller. Nice. Well, controller pack should be there. Select. It might just not be auto-detecting it again. Okay, now we can insert the rumble pack? Oh, weird. Okay. Yeah, earlier when I was playing, or when I was testing stuff, there were a couple of games where I'm like, okay, I need to stop and move on to the next game, or I'm not going to stop playing this. Switch rider color. Okay. Well, the bike's purple. I'll deal with that. I'll take that. I'm actually pretty impressed at how this looks. Like, it looks better than some of the early PS1 motocross games. Oh, that lens flare. Check that out. Gotta get used to the controls here, I guess. Thanks. So, okay. I can hold down the gas. Okay, and then the trigger is boost. Whee! This is pretty good. Like, yeah, I'm crashing a bit, but it's a matter of getting used to how the controls work. I'm sure I'll, you know, with a bit of practice, I'd be fine. First place is way out there. Yeah, eat it. Oh, did I catch up? Whoa. Second place, not bad. Yeah, that's like the first race I've finished. Oh. Oh, I'm not going to play the next level. At least not yet. I'll definitely come back to this game, though. That's one of the things that I was really looking forward to. This is just reconnecting with my N64 collection in a easy and accessible way. Yeah, so 2 of the cartridges that did not read when I was trying to install stuff, I looked at the contacts and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, my copy of Rocket Robot on Wheels is really jank. So I need to go back and do some cleaning, and hopefully that will resurrect some of the other cartridges that wouldn't install. But again, out of, say, 40 cartridges, only 8 did not read. That's not bad. Are there any games that you can think of off the top of your head that are giving you problems? Well, yes, but Famicom is such a much larger library. How's the compatibility on the Game Boy stuff coming along? Like the, like, is Cerberus being a good boy in that regard? Let's see here. GameCube is not on Polymega. So, Vorticron, one of the things that people have been saying is that GameCube wouldn't work on the Polymega because the disc could potentially get stuck in the drive. Is that pretty much the only thing keeping you back from it? Okay, so basically anything that doesn't work normally will be in beta there. Gotcha. Okay. That's unfortunate. Definitely hoping that you can nail the Dreamcast at some point, though. Hey, you gotta keep looking to the future, man. I am pleased as punch to be playing N64 on this, but I am already looking forward to the EM06 Atari module too. And anything else that you can squeeze out of this disk drive, that's going to be fun. So yeah, I actually skipped that the last time I loaded this up. So that's the first time that the Polymega has had to deal with that intro. So let's go ahead and exit the game. Go back in. Start it again. That was the 7800 that Ninja Golf was on. Yeah, CDI support, 3DO. I want Amiga CD32. See? Much better this time. So that might be something that you would want to convey, or maybe have as part of the firmware download or something, so people don't start it up and the first experience they have is of some jitters and they're like, ew, this sucks. Hey there, DOS Nerd. Welcome, welcome. It is in the manual? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm going to start with trainee here. Ah, gotcha.
Take an early morning run over Moss Isley with Wedge Antilles, but keep your eyes open for any suspicious activity.
And you're in time for this then. We're going to have a look at it. DOS Nerd, the one that I was looking forward to most, the new Tetris, ran beautifully. Yeah, figuring out compatibility for those for DOS games would probably be a bitch and a half. Oh, give me the V-Wing, man.
Maneuverability and defensive shields makes this the fighter of choice for Rogue Squadron, except when the mission profile disallows.
Or no, I like the A-Wing.
In addition to 4 blaster cannons, the X-Wing can carry a number of proton
There we go.
torpedoes. It's powered by 4 fuselage thrust engines and requires an
Yeah, that's the tricky part. Is doing plug and play for DOS stuff would be difficult because you can't do plug and play very easily for DOS stuff.
Twin J77 Event Horizon engines power the craft.
Yeah, Simon the Sorcerer, I believe, was a Scum.
What we gain in speed, we lose in defense.
No, can't get that one. I guess not.
Incom team.
Yeah, Major Motoko, that's I am just pleased as punch that this made it out before Analog's version. So when the analog N64 system comes out, we can have side-by-sides of the analog system and the Polymega and watch the FPGA fanboys cry as they try to figure out why the FPGA system is better. Here's the part where I keep my mouth shut. I'm saying it for you, EC. I've got Descent on here. I got the PlayStation version of Descent. And the PlayStation version of Descent is surprisingly playable. Yeah, I don't have a problem either way. I've got the Analog Pocket. I love the Analog Pocket. I love the Polymega. I prefer the Polymega to all of the Analog Console editions because I've got it all in one system here. But there are a lot of people out there who are like, oh, you can't come anywhere close to FPGA because it's not actual emulation. Yes, it is. It's not like regular emulation, so it's much better, and you're never going to get close with software emulation. Vorticron's just over here like, hold my beers. Oh, hell yeah. Vorticron, I'd love to see a side-by-side of the Analog Duo and the Polymega. I can understand why you'd be apprehensive to put something like that out. Not because you're worried about the outcome, but because you're worried about the optics of that coming directly from the Polymega CTO. But I'd love to see something like that. Like a video.
Luke, I think we've got a problem. Is that my imagination, or are those Imperial probe droids dead ahead? They're attacking home?
Oh! This one right under him. And right over that one. Alright. Okay, that's that. That's boost. Oh, sorry if I made you throw up, dude. That's better. Oh, Vorticron is the Chief Technology Officer of Polymega. Not just the programmer of the module. Yeah, he's responsible for the whole shebang here. Okay, I know there's a way. Ah, there we go. Okay, it's C down to change it between all 4 firing at once and rapid fire. Got it. Dude, I totally get that. I gotta say that every once in a while we were on the Discord, we were like, is he still alive? Is he still working for Polymega? Is he okay? So like the couple of times when you'd, just respond like a yay on Twitter, we were like, oh, he's still alive! He's still around! Oh, sorry whoever's house that was. I heard EC went back to Insomniac. He's just like, screw this, I'm going back to a quest for booty. And I'm not talking about the Ratchet and Clank game. That's boost. Dang it, I was hoping there was a slow down function here, but if there is, I'm missing it. Wait, I closed my X-foils. Hold on, there we go. Ah! Stop it!
We failed. The homesteads have been destroyed. Repeat, the homesteads have been destroyed.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was probably me. Emulation's been pretty great, ArchClown. Little bit of a burble here and there, but Vorticron was explaining to us about how it like optimizes in the background. So if you ever play a game on here and it burbles at first, it won't do it the second time through. It's kind of like shader compilation stutters on a PC. So we're happy to finally get our hands on this. I mean, I hate to put it that way, but it was hilarious. I got my notification, my shipping notification, exactly 1 year and 23 minutes after my pre-order was confirmed. And someone else on the Discord actually got it one year to the minute from his pre-order. The UI is really one of the things that people latch onto with this. All right, let's go fire up Ocarina of Time. Yeah, okay. So it's not generating it on the system. It's downloading it in the background as kind of a an assist from the server? A little bit of both? Okay. So yeah, Vorticron, just so you can see this happen, I've got a patch here for Ocarina of Time somewhere. Oh wait, that's right. It's on a different... Here we go. Okay. So this is a ROM hack, OOT remastered for Ocarina of Time, and try to start the new game. Let's see if it actually works this time. You know, it might do the same for me too, honestly. I've never been that big of a fan. Like, Star Fox 64 is the only Nintendo 64 game I really have any nostalgia for. But I've been enjoying it. Oh, nice, No Impulse. You got that quick. This is actually the third chair I've had on the stream. But if I ever get a new chair, it's going to be a recliner. Because you're right. So, yeah, Vorticron, it's obviously not working. It actually looks like it's hung up. Trying to run that particular patch. I'll send you the patch that I'm trying to run so you can test it out. But that's fine. That's fine. This one's not that big. Like, I want to say it was... Let's see here. Yeah, it's about 6 megabytes worth of patch. I've got a bunch of patches ready to go for Mario 64, but that's one of the cartridges that unfortunately isn't working for me. So... Absolutely, DOS Nerd. I'm definitely digging the vibe tonight. Okay, so it's not liking... Alright, so I've got the adapter for my DualShock plugged in at the same time as the controller for the module. And the controller for the module isn't working right now. The DualSense is, or DualShock is. But then if I go to controllers... then I can summon the module controller. So, there's some more feedback for you, Vorticron. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, when I restarted the system, it was only reading the DualShock until I went into the controller menu and had it register the module controller. Scoot Diggity, I wanted to do that, but my copy of Mario Kart is not working. Okay, good. As long as you're on top of it. I know you guys were planning to do a lot of controller fixes in a future update, and I realized that you kind of had to get this one out the door. So, like I said on Twitter, as long as you're not going to wait another year for the next firmware update, I'm good. Yeah, Scoot, we did test Ridge Racer 64, which has a similar Z-buffer Jumbotron, and that worked. Archclown, that is the possibility. But I have not had a chance to go through and actually clean the carts yet. So I'm going to go ahead and clean them first before I declare them rotted. Firmware was late because he was eating a burrito. Yep. All right, so let's go back in here and let's see here. So someone was saying that they thought Star Fox 64 looked a little blurry. It looked fine to me. But this is apparently another one that needs to use the beta flag. Gotcha.
Message from General Pepper. Priority 1.
Wait a second. 1993. 30 years ago today, Sergeant Pepper brought the band to play. Attention, we have burrito issues. EC is on the case by eating the hell out of it. Motherfucking Falco. Thunderbirds are go! I mean, that's kind of what's going on here, isn't it? I love how it's just their head and then their bodies are painted into the cockpit. I'm not seeing any screen tearing on my end. Please forgive my shitty internet connection. Yeah. Whoops. Okay, so I tried pressing the big circular button in the middle of the controller. That's supposed to work. I am right there with you. There is no tearing on my side of the screen.
Planet of the Lilat system. The evil Andros turned this once thriving system into a...
Yeah, it's definitely Twitch. Or OBS or whichever. It is not the Polymega.
Deserted planet Venom. 5 years later, General Pepper noticed strange activity coming from Venom. James McLeod, Pigma Dangar, and Peppy Hare of the Star Fox team.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of funny earlier when they were talking about, you know, how quickly some of the more recent pre-orders have been delivered. Basically, everyone I've talked to about the Polymega, the biggest problem they've had with it is that they didn't have one. That's pretty much it.
Has turned to a new Star Fox team.
So, that's a good problem to have.
And free the Lilat system once again.
That's why I was so happy to be able to help you out with some troubleshooting earlier. I love troubleshooting stuff and, you know, trying to get things moving forward. I'm a programmer in my day job, so I totally appreciate it when people come to me with issues and they're willing to work through them and figure out what's going on so I can fix it, instead of just doing, you know, giving pack-led levels of feedback. It is broken. Can you fix it?
Open the wing.
I've got the light gun reserved. That's the next thing I'm looking forward to.
Check your G diffuser system.
So, Major Motoko, I, you know, I'm American, so it was Star Fox 64 to me. I remember spending time on my lunch break working at Walmart, playing this.
Flippy here. I'm okay.
Or maybe not when I was working at Walmart, but spending some time at Walmart playing this game. Because, and so that's kind of why this is the only game that I've got, like, an appreciable amount of nostalgia for. Whoops, those are missiles. Those are missiles too. Oh, right.
Get back here.
There we go.
Slippy, watch out. Bogey on your tail.
Slippy, pick your bogey.
Oh, help me! Thanks, Fox. I thought they had me.
One thing that's kind of fun is you've got two trigger buttons, you know, because it's a normal controller.
We're entering Corneria City now.
And both of the trigger buttons work the same as the Z trigger on the Nintendo 64 controller. So whether you're left or right-handed, you're all set. Screw that. I want the laser upgrade.
You've got an enemy on your tail. Use the brake.
Now they're right in front of us! I unfortunately do not have any Tony Hawk
What's wrong with the G diffuser?
N64 games.
Use the boost to take. I could use some help here, Fox.
We're on
I
it.
guess I should be thankful.
Yeah, you should, you dick.
Do a barrel roll.
Hell yeah! There's the meme. Yeah. Polymega branded RSI gloves. Well, not RSI, but... Oh, damn it. Oh, I missed it.
Try a somersault.
It wasn't RSI, it was
Enemy roll.
like
Dead ahead.
skinning your thumb
Let's go.
or the palm of your hand. I am not using a rumble pack. I don't know where my rumble pack is offhand, but if you have like a dual sense or something that has it built in, it will rumble. Come on, there we go.
Enemy shield analyzed.
Oops, wrong one.
Those who cross Andros will die.
And I used all my bombs earlier, trying to refamiliarize myself with the controls.
Aim for his back. Try a U-turn.
Yeah, I'll do Ocarina of Time next.
Flippy's hit.
Oh, there's a bomb. Give me the bomb.
You annoying little flies.
You annoying little flies. Nope, I didn't get the bomb in time.
I will not be defeated by this worm. No.
No!
Bang, I'm hit.
Things look pretty decently sharp.
Will not be defeated.
It's not as bad as I've seen
Failed you.
some Nintendo 64 stuff.
We're heading out. All aircraft report.
You did it! I was worried for a moment.
You're becoming more like your father.
I mean, this is one of those few games that is plentiful enough in the wild that you can pick it up for relatively cheap. So, that's why I've got it in my library, because I found it for cheap. Yeah, no, I hear you on that. Like when I was making my short the other day using this controller on an actual N64, Mario 64 was appalling. Okay, so one quick thing that I want to do before I get to Ocarina of Time. Vorticron, I remember you saying that you wanted to make it so that this could be used as a Saturn 3D controller. So let's go ahead and test that aspect of this. Oh, I should have called up Christmas Nights. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Hold on. I forgot that that was a separate thing. It's not, there we go. It's a separate thing. It's not like a timed event on regular nights. Let's do Christmas Nights. We're a little late, but, you know, it's still the same week. It varies greatly. The data for Devil Dice is like 80 megabytes. But then, you know, sometimes you've got multi-disc games that go into the gigabytes. So, yeah, I'm going to try the N64 controller with Christmas Nights. You said it was something you were going to try to have in place, so we're going to give it a shot here. Oh yeah, that and its turbo switch wasn't detected by Metal Gear Solid. I do have Riven. 5 discs. Got both Wing Commander 3 and 4. I also have Panzer Dragoon Saga on here. So yeah, plenty of multi-CD games. But despite that, so I have probably close to 400 discs installed on my Polymega. Across all of the disc-based systems. I'm only using like 400 gigabytes of... it's got to be more than 400 discs, actually. But I'm only using like 400 total gigabytes with my entire library installed. So yeah, until they if they ever do Dreamcast, I'm pretty good on my on disk space. So Vorticron, I only own the Japanese version also, but I made patches. I made X Delta patches using the American version as a base, and I was able to apply those to the Japanese version. And it works. It's on archive.org. Well, there's the analog support. Elliot. Oh god, that sounds like a blast. Segata Sanshiro. Warning, I'm terrible at this game, but that's not why we're playing it. We are playing it because I am using a Nintendo 64 controller on the Sega Saturn. Whee! There we go. Nope. Give me... Ah! Dang it! No! The last two orbs are right there! Okay. There we go. Yeah, speaking of Polymega XL, man. That's the next thing I'm really looking forward to. I did notice a reference to like removing a game from the library would affect any saves on the system or on the cloud, or something to that effect. So I see that the verbiage is already in there. Ah. Oh, hold on. Damn it. Fine, I'll go this way. Woohoo! Yeah, that'll do. Nope. Give me that. Thank you. Thank you for the follow, SA Heterodox. I appreciate it. As you watch me completely eat it. Stay away from me. Do not wake me up. Oh, yeah, no, I don't doubt that in the slightest. That's just a huge relief. Weight off your shoulders. Alright, I'm actually going to stop this for now. We'll just do a save state. We'll get back to the Nintendo 64, because that's what we're here for. But I did want to give that a try. So, bravo, it works. It worked nicely. I do... One of the things that I did like about the Nintendo 64 controller is the notches in the cardinal directions that make it easier to, like, make it go in a set, like, up, down, left, right, diagonal direction. And that felt pretty good on this. So the only problem that I have with the Polymega EM05 controller right now is the D-pad. And that's probably something I can at least retrain myself. But it's still kind of irritating. Yes, it is. The original N64 controller, I'm pretty sure, does have those notches. I don't have one handy, but... at least do have the Retrobit Tribute, and that has the notches as well. Oh, the D-pad issues. I don't know. I'll have to test that out at some point. But I do know that I had an issue. I have a similar issue with the V1 base controller as well. But again, I'm not sure if that's just me leaning more up, but it's taking like an up input when I'm trying to push left or right. Yeah, maybe it is something that could be smoothed out in software, a little bit of a sensitivity thing. All right, let's take a look at Ocarina of Time. We'll remove the patch so it actually runs. Okay. I am not shy about saying that I feel like this game is overrated, but this intro is banging. Like, it sets the mood so well. Yeah, the N64, the cable on the cord on this is really nice and long. Like, I'm sitting pretty far away from the Polymega right now, And I've got plenty of cord left. So... Yeah, no, I go a little too far sometimes, and I'm like, if you like Ocarina of Time, go play Brave Fencer Musashi. This is a 3D Zelda game, dude. E101, I actually did stream the entirety of not only Brave Fencer Musashi, but Musashi Samurai Legend as well. Let's do it! Okay. File 1. Oh, can't use the D-pad for this. I hate having to use the analog stick for navigating keyboards. Dang it! I can go really quick on stuff like this if I don't have to use an analog stick. Hey there, Tessie! Welcome, welcome. Good to see you again. I do have Link to the Past on here. I have not been able to get the Link to the Past Metroid randomizer combining thing to work on the Polymega, though. Aw, poor boy without a fairy. Another reason this is probably burping a little bit on those downloads, Vorticron, is I'm also using my internet connection right now. Like, my internet connection is 25 megabytes down, 6 up. That's weird. There we go. 25 down, 6 up. And I'm using 5 of that upstream bandwidth on my stream. It's pretty awful. Tessie speedruns Minish Cap. Oops. Oh well, again, that's what you're here for. Taking notes. Is it just me, or is it like shifting to gibberish for the split second after I hit the button, but before it clears everything out? Yeah, it's really weird. Does that happen on the regular version? I'm not familiar enough with it. The controller is pretty great. Like, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but yeah, it's like a real controller. And then it's got two shoulder buttons on both sides, so your Z trigger can be either left or right-handed. Fly, fat ass, fly! Okay, so now I've got to use the voice of Silent Bob for Navi all the time. I just wish Navi used the voice of Silent Bob the whole time. Yeah, but Silent Bob was the fat ass. Navi is not the most annoying character. Have you ever played Okami? I cannot play that game because of Isun. It is that irritating to me. Hello. I love everything about Okami except Isun, and that pisses me off because I can't get past that. I want to just turn off Isun's voice. Or all of the voices, because they do a very bad job of the gibberish voice thing. The only game that uses the gibberish voice that I absolutely love is New Super Lucky's Tale. It cracks me up in that game. I do not have Conker's Bad Fur Day on hand. I don't like the banjo voices. That gets a little irritating to me. Yeah, that's pretty much why I don't have Conker, because it's expensive for a game that I have another way to play. Because I've got Rare Replay for the Xbox. So that's actually why I only have this game right now, because of Infamous GM1. He had a spare copy. And I didn't have a copy for the Nintendo 64 because I have the GameCube version. So I'm like, why do I need it for the Nintendo 64? Oh, that's right. Poking at ROM hacks on the freaking Polymega when that happens. Depends on the cart. Like, we were talking about Star Fox earlier. That's easily 10 to 20 bucks. Not bad at all for what you're getting. But there are some that are pretty damn pricey. Like, I think... yeah. Hold on. Hey you, Mr. No Fairy, what's your business with the Great Deku Tree? Without a fairy, you're not even a real man. What? You've got a fairy? Say what? The Great Deku Tree actually summoned you? What? Why would he summon you and not the Great Mito? This isn't funny, because your name is f***ing Mito. I don't believe it, you aren't even fully equipped yet. Fairies are ill-equipped. How do you think you're going to help the Great Deku Tree without both a sword and shield ready? What? You're right, I don't have my equipment ready, but zip. If you want to pass through here, you should at least equip a sword and shield. Sheesh. I think I at least speak for the majority of people playing this game when I say, fuck Mito. Just not even with a borrowed dick. Nani the fuck? Oh, wrong button. Whee! Wanted to pick it up. Oh, fine. There we go. Dude, when are you not thinking about Lacuna Coil? I actually used this musical sting when I got my Polymega bass module for a YouTube short. Yeah, Archclown, I bought the .hack games on release. So I'm glad I did that. Okay, let's see here. This was always something that I remember, like, when I've watched people play this, the menu screen is always messed up when they're playing on an emulator. So this looks nice. Sure. Nope. Dang it. Okay. Should be able to get through here now. Wait. Lost my confidence just in time. Oh, wait. What? I didn't realize it came up that way. Okay. I do not have DK64, but I do have Diddy Kong Racing. And I think I'm going to switch to that just to kind of round out the night. So let's do a save state. Star Soldier is also kind of pricey, especially considering it's just basically an top-down scrolling shooter. Honestly, this looks fantastic. Gameplay-wise, I don't feel much of a difference. Visually, it looks great. Mostly because it's not, you know, being output through S-Video and upscaled to my TV. It's being upscaled before it leaves the system. That's my jam. I always play as Timber. Oh look, sweet innocent Conker before he went on his bender. So this, to me, is the kart racing game to have on the Nintendo 64. I'm not a big fan of Mario Kart. Give me Crash Team Racing any day. But if you ask me between Crash Team Racing and Diddy Kong Racing, I'm going to have to think a bit harder. Because I love the multimodal aspect of it, where you've got a kart or a plane or a hovercraft. My hovercraft is full of eels. My nipples explode with delight. Thank you, I'm glad you got that. So, you've seen me do this a couple of times tonight. My initials are not BEK. But that's what I use whenever I'm prompted for three initials. Way back when I was playing Iron Man Off-Road in the arcade. And I didn't want to use my actual initials because they're just eh. So I just spun the wheel, hit the button, spun the wheel, hit the button, spun the wheel, hit the button, got BEK, and I've been using it ever since. I don't have Conker's Bad Fur Day. Otherwise, I definitely would have hauled that out tonight. I mean, I have it on rare replay. I don't have the cartridge. Hello there! I am the genie of the island.
To help you. Good luck.
It's... Actually, I was, not too long ago, I was watching some, Monty Python's Flying Circus episodes on Laserdisc on my, Laser Active. Oh, come on, get back here. Get back here. Thank you. I'm gonna just tool around a little bit first. Yeah, this is just buttery smooth. Again, my apologies if there are, you know, if there's screen tearing in the stream, but there is none on my TV screen. All right, let's go.
Dial to me. Ancient lake.
And one other great now, it's been a while since I've played this, so I'm not expecting a great finish, but we'll see how it goes. One other great thing, though, is that Twitch relaxed their policy of not allowing VODs to be posted on other platforms until 24 hours had elapsed. So I will be sending this VOD directly to my YouTube channel afterward. So if you missed any of it, go to Tesseract Uncut on YouTube. And that's where you'll find my Twitch VODs. Nope, that was the wrong button. That's the right button. I will give that a shot. I do have the Pulse 3D headset from PlayStation. So that would probably fit the bill. I usually use Bluetooth, but... Oh, you know what? I have the perfect use for it, too. After this stream, because it would probably cut off the sound coming to the stream, I am going to frickin' jam out to the Buck Bumble intro on my Pulse 3D headphones. Okay, so I got that one. Oh, fine. Yeah, that's one thing that I really don't tend to do, but if you've got other CDs installed that have Redbook audio, you can play that in the background while you're playing another game. Did we ever get the function to install audio CDs? Because that would be great for when I start up my Monster Rancher streams again. Thanks for dropping in, Infamous. I'm probably going to wrap up shortly anyway, but appreciate you dropping by. In fact, you know what? I'm going to have Buck Bumble going on as we play out. Man, that 2 hours went by fast. But I know if I try to stream for another hour, I'm going to regret it. This will not be the last time Nintendo 64 Polymega stuff shows up on my stream, though. Whoops. No, we don't need the backstory. This is what we need.
What about now? It's time to rock with the biggity back bumper. Bump to the beat to the bump to the bass. Bump to the beat to the bumper. Bump to the beat to the bump to the bass. Bump to the beat to the bumper. Bump to the
God, I love this song.
bump to the beat to the bumper. Bump to the beat to the bump to the bass. Bump to the beat to the bumper. Bump to the boot to the boot to the boot boot.
Oh, I'm sure you would watch if I'd stream for another hour, but I have work tomorrow, and I need to wind down before I go to bed, and this would not be conducive to me winding down. This game is also pretty cool, too. I mean, look at it. You basically got 6 degrees of freedom shooter. That's pretty impressive. But yeah, thank you very much for everyone dropping by tonight, especially Vorticron. Glad you're here to provide insight and, you know, again, hopefully this has been helpful for you. But we're going to go ahead and raid Fortifier. He's working his way through the entire Konami library. Looks like he's up to Gradius. But thanks to everybody for dropping by tonight. Always appreciate it. I'll be back on Sunday night with... I'm going to play the DLC that released recently for Sonic Frontiers as closing out DLCember. But I will see you again. Until then, rest well and enjoy Fortifier.
What about now? It's time to rock with the biggity back bumper. What about now? It's time to rock with the biggity back bumper. Bump to the beat to the bump to the bass. Bump to the beat to the bumper. Bump to the beat